What is up, guys? I do have a treat for you today, but first, if you do want to be in for a chance of winning 12,000 FIFA points, all you've got to do is subscribe and, of course, send me a picture on Instagram to show me proof. If you do want any extra entries for the giveaway, you can of course follow me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram too. I'll be announcing the winner just after I hit 5k. We are on the way there, so make sure to subscribe if you are new. Of course, if you enjoyed the content, drop a like down below. As I said, I've got something special for you guys today. Not only do I have 5 players to look at sniping, I have 5 investments for you. So every single player in this video is going to be an investment. I personally, in this video alone, will invest 100k into these players, and I'll show you at the end me doing so. I'll have them all in my unassigned or in my transfer market pile, but let's get into it. So guys, today what we're going to be looking at is 5 of the cheapest 83s, and those are one for each of the top 5 leagues. Now first of all, we're going to be looking at Dele Alli. Now the reason we're looking at these players, guys, is because they're all going to go up to around 3 to 4k around Footmas. Now this isn't a guaranteed price. I wouldn't be able to say exactly what they're going to go up to, but they are going to go up a fair amount. Now what you want to do is snipe these investments so that you not only get them at a lower rate, but your investment is also a snipe. So even if the investment doesn't go up as much as we think it might, you've still got the profit from the snipe. So you can see there, the first one I picked up at 1.8. It's actually 400 coins cheaper than the next most expensive on the market. We're looking at around 2.3 for Dele Alli, so that would actually be a very nice sell on. Now what we're going to do is go to that 2.2 and just compare price a little bit, see if anything more comes up while I explain why we're doing this. So of course we are investing in these players. Now if you came to this video for sniping filters, you can still use these for sniping filters. It doesn't matter that I'm going to be investing. You can still use this and go, all right, I'm going to sell that on straight away. Right now you would have made about 500 coins from Dele Alli per card, so you've made about a K just from using these as sniping filters. Now you don't have to invest. I'm choosing to. I'm going to put 20k into each of the players in this method. Now what I would say is, guys, the reason we're doing this is because 83s are reasonably low at the minute, so it's a good time to snipe. Now don't get me wrong, Premier League are the most expensive. Obviously we're coming in quite high with a 1.8 there, even for the cheapest one. There is a cheaper card, there is a goalkeeper who's a little bit cheaper, but what you got to bear in mind is Dele Alli is the cheapest outfield player, the cheapest non-goalkeeper. So centre backs, right backs, left backs, strikers, attackers, wingers, everything, Dele Alli is the cheapest. Now he's next to, I think, Kovacic. You've also then got Moutinho, so there are other players that you can look at in this video. You don't necessarily have to pick the ones I've gone for, but these are the ones that I found they are the cheapest in their position. Now Dele Alli is really good because not only is he cheap, he's a cam, which is going to be a position that if you change him to centre mid, or even if you have him as a cam, he's very usable in a lot of squad builders, and he's English and he's Premier League, so he's got 3 of these things that actually really do class him as like a valuable player for most squads. So guys, moving on to the second league, we're looking at Bundesliga, and the cheapest player outfield is Kostic. Now as I've said, guys, there are goalkeepers who are going to be cheaper than these players, and that is fine. If you want to go for the goalkeepers, you can do so. Now the only thing is, when it comes to investments, they're just not going to go up as much because everyone has goalkeepers. It's kind of a more likely card to have. The reason we went for Dele Alli specifically is because he's a prime position for the kind of investments we're doing. Of course, if you're not investing and you are just sniping, then you can go for any cards you want. It really doesn't matter. I understand that you guys will be looking for a different margin of profit, whereas the investors are kind of looking for maybe in a week's time or 2 weeks time. You're looking for right now, let's get the snipes done. So of course all of these players can be sniped very easily. I just wanted to bring a little bit more to the table with today's video, with some extras in, of course, the fact that you can make a lot off of investing in these players. Now like I said, I'm going to put 100k into this to myself so you guys can see that I'm just as invested as you are. We are actually going to be bringing out a Discord. Of course, I've had a few of you mention it in the comments, and it's going to be something that I'm looking into. So in the next coming weeks, when we hit 5k, I will be releasing the Discord, and that's where I'll do a lot of investment information rather than sniping filters, but we'll also have sniping filters out early. So there's a ton of stuff, guys, for you to make a ton of coins. Of course, if you do enjoy the videos, guys, you know what to do. Just show support by subscribing, dropping a like down below. You know all that good stuff. It's about 4 o'clock, so I'm hoping the market is a little bit live. I'm hoping we can maybe get a few snipes on each one now. What I'd say for the investments is pick them up 200 to 300 coins under what they're actually going for. So not only can you make profit immediately, but you will still make profit down the line, because let's say they don't go up, you've still got the snipe, you're still going to make a ton of profit. I'm not saying that they won't go up, because honestly this is a very, very easy, solid investment. 83s are with the SBCs coming up, they are going to go absolutely skyrocketing. I can tell you that for a fact. With 84s, 85s, 86s at the minute, so will they, but they're very bad. Like, it's a bad time to invest right now, because to be honest, they're not really at a point where you should invest. They're quite high at the moment. We've not had any luck with Kostic, so we're going to go back in and move on to another player, but I will still be picking up 20 of each player, and I'll show you that at the end. Now, for our third league, we're obviously looking at Liga Santander. We actually have two players who we're going to be looking at. Now, first of all, we've got Odegaard. He's the actual cheapest card. He's the cheapest 83 in their league. However, he's not the one that we want more of. What we're going to be doing is, for this one, because there is two, I'm going to go for 5, rather than doing 20k into each card, I'll do 10k into each card. So I'll probably end up buying 10 Odegaards, or like 5 Odegaards and 5 of this other guy. We're going for Odegaard first because he is the cheapest. He is the one that theoretically we are investing in. We're meant to be investing in anyway. But there is a slight improvement. We've got Acuna, and Acuna is obviously a left back. He's Argentinian and he's from Liga Santander. Now, those three characteristics together, to me, really do sell it as actually probably not a bad shout for an investment. So we've actually picked up 2 Odegaards surprisingly quickly at Snipes. So we're going to have a look at Acuna here. Now, he is a little bit more expensive. You've got the cheapest cards available here at 2.2. But when the cards come out, when the SBCs come out, and the cards rise, a left back from Liga Santander, Argentina, is going to absolutely soar in comparison to maybe a centre mid, a goalkeeper. Other positions just aren't going to go up in the same way. So it's definitely worth doing this as the player you pick. Sorry, I'm stuttering, I got a phone call and got distracted. But it's definitely worth having a look at Acuna as well, because he's also a very, very good value card for you to be picking up. So it is definitely worth it, guys. I'd say Acuna is obviously a bit more of an expensive investment, so maybe try snipe him a little bit less. That would probably be the best solution to go for it. Do you know what I mean? If you think that is the case, then all right, go for a little bit of a lower. Go for maybe 2Ks on Acuna. And of course, he is the more expensive player, so he is going to be a little bit more expensive. But guys, it's 100% worth getting him. He's definitely going to be the one that stays the most solid as an investment. So I can't really advise anything more. It's definitely worth going for him, because although Odegaard is the cheapest, Odegaard has a crap nation and he's a cam, and I feel like he's awkward to fit in. Acuna is perfect to fit in. He definitely will raise chem in a lot of squads, so it's definitely worth investing in this guy. I couldn't say it enough, guys, but we're going to move on to the next one. So guys, now we've got Edin Dzeko, so a little bit cheaper here. We've got him at about 1.7. Now we do want to really be picking up like a 1.5. That would be ideal. We got one there. We got another one. I think I saw 2 1.5s. No, okay. So I mean, to be honest, 1.5 is a very good price for an investment on Dzeko, so I'm quite happy with that. We're going to go for another one, and we'll see if we can get a couple 1.5s, because that's, I mean, realistically, this card is never going to go below 1.5, because it's an 83. While SBCs are out, this is going to be this price. So I honestly think it's a very, very good time to be investing in these cards, especially Dzeko. He is a striker, so although he's not a ridiculous position and his nation isn't phenomenal, he's definitely worth getting, because honestly, I think the reality of it is that when you put him in an SBC, you're not putting him in with the intention of him going at striker. He's probably going in at left back or right wing or left wing. He's probably not going in position. It's just to get the rating up. So even though he's the lowest, he's the cheapest one. I think he's the cheapest one in this video overall. He's actually very, very, very good, and he will definitely double in price. So a lot of these investments, you're going to get double your money. Some of them even more. I think Acuna will be the one that goes up the most. That's why I've kind of pointed him out along with Odegaard, because I really do see that one being the one that honestly smashes everything out the water. But we're going to move on to the next player, the final player of the video. So guys, the final one we're looking at is Lopez. So he's the only keeper we've actually picked out, and it's because in League One, you really don't have a lot of options with 83s like at all. So I definitely wouldn't suggest going for them too much in League One. You really want to just go for Lopez and go and snipe him for like 1.5, because you can see here 1.7, there's quite a few cards. He definitely would be mid-listed quite a few times. So if you can get a Lopez at like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, you're laughing. Of course, 1.5 is where I'd really set the mark for picking him up. I think he is the cheapest in the league, but I think there is only 2 or 3 other 83s in the league that can really be used in SBCs. So there isn't much competition, which is why he's slightly raised of the price. So even though I wasn't originally looking at goalkeepers with him, we've got to go do one from each league. He's the one we're picking. And the good thing about it being one from each league is that not only are we doing like a diverse investment, if the SBC comes out and let's say it says, all right, you need a Premier League player, you need a League One player, you need a Bundesliga player, automatically the league players from that league are going to go up a little bit more than the other leagues. So we're covering all bases here. We take a 1.6. It's not brilliant, but we'll take it. And you can see, guys, I've picked up a ton of cards here. I'm not selling them on. I'm going to do 100k's worth of cards for these, and I will show you that either at the end of this video if I have time to edit in, or at the start of the next video I will run through it with you. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please make sure to drop a like down below if you're new around here. It does help out the channel, and of course subscribe. Of course, this has been an investments video along with a sniping filter. It is both, so make sure to use it as both, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.